Okay guys, we're gonna start and now we will discuss an essay. Writing task 2. So here is the question and the task and the model essay and the explanation of the task and as well as the comment of the examiner. Okay? So we will read all of them and we will make conclusions together. Okay? So first of all, I want you to make sure, do you know that in every single task 2 we have topic and we have task? Do you know what are they?
Yes.
What is the task and what is the topic? Let's read it first. For example, we should introduce laws to make businesses and state services employ equal number of male and female workers. So this is something about, yes, gender equality, right? Is it actual topic?
Yes.
Workers in every department of area of the company. How far do you support this idea? Give reasons for your answer and support your essay with ideas and examples from your own life experience. Can you please tell me where is the topic and where is the task? Very good. First sentence is topic. We should introduce laws to make businesses and state services employ equal numbers of male and female workers in every department of area of the company. It is?
Yes.
Topic. Very good. It is yes, right? And the question is, how far do you support your idea? So this is task. They are asking for what?
How far? Yes. Explain your opinion.
Yes. Do you support? They are asking for your opinion. Am I right? So the task is, we have task response. What does it mean task response? What does it mean respond? Answer. Task is the question. This guys carries 25% out of your total writing task 2 task, right? Well, writing task 2 part, let's say. So that's why you have to answer these questions unless you answer. If you don't answer, your essay will not be, let's say, accepted, right? So the thing that you have to do is to answer this question. Here guys, you have only one question. What is your opinion? And you have to include your opinion. Understandable? Okay, good. Now, can you please tell me what should we include in our essay? So first of all, it is
Introduction.
good. What should we include in intro?
Paraphrase our topic.
Very good. Here we have to paraphrase the topic sentence and then
Short opinion. Your
yes,
short opinion.
you should give your short opinion and you have to say that the reasons for my opinion, because they are asking for reasons for your answer, right? And the reasons will be discussed in the following paragraphs. Yes, very good. So this will be your introduction, and then after intro you're gonna have what? You're gonna have body one, and then like big body one, and then we're gonna have small body 2, right? And then conclusion. What is your task in conclusion? Here it is. What should you include in your conclusion, guys?
Sum up and
Overall of ideas.
yes.
Overall of ideas? What?
To sum up your ideas and give the conclusion to the.
No.
Give your
Short
opinion
answer.
again, right?
Yes. This is your question. How far do you support? So this should be included in your conclusion. Okay? I support this idea for this reasons, and that's it. Understandable? Okay, good. So the explanation of the task. Explanation of the task is that this is opinion and personal viewpoint type of task. So because they are asking for your opinion, right? How far do you support this idea? And for your point of view. Am I right? The instruction how far do you support this idea tells you this. Anissa, do your job. And then we will start, guys, reading model essay. Okay? Guys, you have to write down every single word that is unfamiliar for you, and then if I say like, oh, this is a bad word, you have to write it down, and the synonyms as well. Okay? Good. So let's start. The issue of equality. What does it mean issue?
Problem.
Да, то есть вот этот вот вопрос, правильно? The issue of equality for men and women, like males and females, they replaced for men and women, right? At work is still widely debated. What does it mean? It's still widely debated. guys, you know, this is a question that has been occurring since, you know, since centuries.
Yes.
Because women were struggling for their rights, for example, right? So in this sense, it is still widely debated. So it means that we are here already in 21st century and this topic is still hot. Okay? This is something like this. Despite the extensive legislation that now exists in many countries. What does mean extensive legislation? What does mean legislation?
Legislation.
Закономерность. Extensive legislation?
Extremely.
Да, то есть, в общем, которые широко как используются, правильно? Extensive legislation that now exist in many countries. So this was the topic sentence, paraphrase of topic sentence, right? And here we have opinion. Personally, I do not feel that imposing a numerical target for gender is a sensible idea. What does it mean? Что за feel? Это что такое? I do not feel. How can we replace this word? I consider, very good, write it down. Вместо того, чтобы писать feel, you can say consider. What else? Stay.
Suppose, no.
Suppose, no suppose он можно, но все-таки. Дальше. Provide. I am convinced, I am convinced. What else? Claim. Assume. I hold the opinion, в конце концов, да? Я придерживаюсь мнения. Да? Запишите это все, пожалуйста. Okay. That imposing a numerical target. What does it mean imposing a numerical? What does it mean impose? For example, impose a law. Это как вводить, ребят. Impose, вводить, превыше. То есть вводить numerical target. What does it mean numerical target for gender? What does it mean numerical target for gender?
Target is цель, goal.
Да, target это у нас цель. Numerical target?
Много целей.
No, what does it mean numerical? Number.
Number, yes.
For example, guys, I have my own corporation, right? So, have you written this stuff? Okay, good. So, for example, guys, I have my own company, and in my company, I have like 100 working places, right? And my company is about taking care of children, for example, kindergarten. I have my own kindergarten, and I have 100 working places. So imposing a numerical target means that equal numerical target. It means that I can hire 50 males and 50 females only in my organization. Because I have already imposed a numerical target. То есть я ввела вот эту вот цель именно для того, чтобы в номерах у меня все совпадало. So is it good or not? Is it good or not, guys? Is it good?
Good.
Why? For example, Sahib, do you want to work in kindergarten?
No.
Okay, very good. Asadbek, do you want to work in kindergarten? No. It means that, guys, even if I set a numerical target, there are 50 males that don't want, for example, right, to work as a babysitter. Right? This job is more suitable for women, right?
Yes.
If we talk about this, right? This is not about your gender or something like this is not discrimination. I'm talking about facts, right? Okay. Or for example, about farmers. I have 100 working places for farmers. Durdana, do you want to become a farmer?
No.
Huh?
No.
Okay, good. Anissa, do you want?
No.
No, it means that I have 50 working places for females, but none of them want to work. And I have to force them, I have to give them higher salary, I have to, I don't know, do everything in order to keep them in my working place, right? Is it good or bad? Теперь bad. It sounds bad, right? Переобулись, да? Okay, very good. So here. Personally, I did not feel that imposing a numerical target for gender is a sensible idea. What is a sensible idea? разумная
Со смыслом.
идея. Да, со смыслом. Разумная идея, правильно? So, we said that numerical target is bad, right? In our introduction. And I will explain why. What should we write here?
My reasons will be explained.
And the reasons for my opinion will be explained or will be provided in the following paragraphs. Very good. So, and this is the end of our introduction, and now we are moving to body one. So, in introduction, we stated that we are against the numerical target, right? So, it means that numerical target is bad. So, it means that, guys, you have to provide 3 points, at least 3 points for your opinion to support in one paragraph, and it should be a big paragraph. We were going to read this together, and then you're going to have to mention the opposite view as well. What does it mention? Упомянуть, то есть противоположную идею тоже сказать, потому что некоторые люди думают так, по вот этой причине, но все-таки я остаюсь при своем по вот этому, вот этим, вот этим, правильно? So, about this. Okay, so let's read this together. Firstly, we have linking words here as well, right?
Yes.
Well, can you please tell me what is the role of linking words in academic essay? Very good. It is about the coherence and cohesion, right? So it will be easier to understand your essay if you have linking words. Because we're going to have, oh, this was first, and then, oh, we have secondly. It means that this is the end of the first idea. Am I right?
Yes.
Good. Firstly, we have to consider, what does it mean consider?
Consider claim.
No? No, consider пишем учитывать. Учитывать. Мы должны учитывать weather. What does it mean weather, guys? Can you please tell me? Только не погода. Только не погода, только не погода.
Если. Если.
Да, если.
When?
Yeah. No,
Либо.
либо. Very good. Weather это у нас либо. We use weather when we have 2 options to choose. Only 2 options. Только 2 варианта. Допустим, мы можем сказать Дурдона, or Madina, or Asadbek, or Sahib, or Anisa, or Saida, и так далее, правильно? So we can use or 100 times even, 10 times, I don't know, 50 times, right? But when we use whether, it means that we're going to have only 2 options. Yes or no, for example, right? Or like Madina or Anisa, for example, right? So we're going to have only 2 options. Here, we have to consider whether equal numbers of men and women really wish to do every job which is available or not. То есть мы должны учитывать, реально ли они этого хотят или нет. So we have 2 options. Либо хотят, либо не хотят. Am I right? So in this case, we're going to use whether. Whether equal number of men and women really wish to do every job which is available. So this was about my example. About babysitters, right? About farmers. Am I right? So here, for example, few women wish to be airline pilots. What does it mean, airline pilots? Да. Летчик, правильно? Летчиком. Наверное, I feel that, guys, all of you want to become. Yes, you want. Okay.
It wasn't a question.
Yes, it wasn't a question, guys. Okay. It was a statement. So that's why. And only a minority of school teachers are male. So we are talking about teachers, right?
PE.
About school teachers. Yes, only PE or physics, for example, right? Like others are females. Very good. So this is about their choice as well. It's not about like, oh, you are women, you are not allowed to work as an airline pilot. No, it's about our own choice. Am I right? Okay, very good. Teachers are male. So, first point, is it understandable?
Yes.
Very good. If we impose a law on airlines or schools, where will they find to people to fill this post willingly? What does it mean willingly?
Намеренно.
Да, вот прям с горящим желанием, правильно? Here, guys, we have a rhetorical question. What does it mean rhetorical question? Что такое риторический вопрос?
Вопрос без
Есть ответ
ответа.
там сразу.
А?
Нет ответа.
Вопрос без ответа.
Да, который не требует ответа. Правильно? Допустим, я говорю, разве не вода самое главное в жизни, допустим, да? И я не требую вас ответа, потому что мы все знаем, что да, допустим, да? И вот, то есть здесь there is no need to answer the question because everything is understandable. If we impose a law on airlines or schools, imagine that in airline we have only 10 places and here we have to have 5 women and 5 men. Okay, from where we're gonna find 5 women airline pilots who will do their job willingly? What does it mean willingly? Нет, нежелательно. А вот прям желание, правильно? Вот прям хочу быть airline pilot. Жизнь одна для того, чтобы быть airline pilot. So this is something like this, okay? Okay, or for example, schools. We have like, let's say 50 teachers, and we're gonna have 25 males and 25 females. Okay. Where can you find 25 males who want to become teachers? Can you please tell me, guys? Right? And willingly to do this job, right? In this sense, so it will be like, foolish to introduce this law to like such kind of professions, right? Or let's say people who do nails, for example, да, manicure, pedicure, и так далее, right? Can you guys find a man who does this job? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, willingly. No. This is not something about discrimination, guys. This is about our own choice. For example, Asadbek, would you like to do nails? No, you wouldn't. Am I right? Or for example, plumbers. What does it mean plumber?
Трубы.
Да, сантехники. Right? Would you like to become a plumber?
No.
Never ever, right, guys? So this is not about Anissa, no, you are not allowed. So this is about your own choice because you don't want to choose this profession. Am I right? So this is about Am I right, Papa? Good, thank you. Okay, here. So where will we find workers to fill these places willingly, right? So this was a rhetorical question. It means that there is no need to answer. It is consolidating the point. What does it mean consolidate? Делать его более твердым, правильно? То есть мы закрепляем то, что вот не надо. There is no need to impose a law on numerical target, right?
Yes.
Write it down.
Right.
Yes, and then we have furthermore. What does it mean furthermore?
Bonito.
What does it mean?
Bonito.
Okay, what does it mean? That this is
Moreover.
the end of
Yes.
our first point.
Yes.
Am I right? So it means that, okay, first point is over. We are moving to another. We're talking about another stuff, for example, right? Okay, furthermore, there is a huge issue of the existing workforce. What does it mean existing workforce? Да, то есть рабочая команда, которая уже существует, правильно? For example, in my 100, I have 100 working places, right? And I have, for example, 70 like females, and only 30 males, for example, right? In my kindergarten, let's say, right? So this is the huge issue of the existing workforce. This is the existing workforce, guys. Okay? So this is the issue. Would it be right to dismiss? What does it mean dismiss?
Увольнять?
Да. То есть выгонять, правильно? Would it be right? Будет ли это правильно to dismiss a worker only because he or she is of a certain gender?
No.
Very good. I cannot say like, oh, 20 females. Thank you very much. You may go enjoy your life. I have to hire 20 males right now. It would not be right anyway. Am I right?
Yes.
Good. So this is the issue about the existing workforce. And then, would it be right to dismiss a worker only because he or she is of a certain gender in order to create a statistically perfect balance? My perfect balance is what? Is 50-50, right?
Yes.
So this is my first perfect balance. Would it be right to dismiss them only to reach this stuff?
No.
No. Very good. So this is also a rhetorical question, right? You are allowed to use rhetorical questions in your writings, but you have to be careful, okay? They should be really, really understandable, and they should support you, okay? The effects would be disastrous. What does it mean, disastrous? Catastrophic. The effects would be disastrous for many hard-working people, right? So we were talking about, in the first point, we were talking about how to find people who are willing to do every job which is available. In the second point, we were talking about the existing stuff, right? Existing employees, yes. Finally, so it means that this is the end of our second point, right? Finally, I believe I can fly. So how can we replace this word? Читаем. I believe. Как можно replace? Вы что написали? I consider, I state, I claim, I suppose, I'm convinced, I hold the opinion. What else?
I'm sure.
Нет, hold не надо. I'm sure нет, тоже не надо. I assume and blah blah blah, right, guys? I will not stop repeating that you have to show off your vocabulary. What do you show off? Выпендриваться, ребята. Say it. I know. I am convinced. Все, вот тебе еще. I know. I hold the opinion. I know this one. I know this one. Blah 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 blah. Right? Not about I believe, I feel, I think, and so on. Go into elementary group and ask the question. Do you think apple is better, or how do you think apple is better, or peach is better? I think apple is better. Okay. So this is something about your vocabulary. Okay, you have to show that you are already familiar with advanced vocabulary and you are able to use it. Am I right?
Yes.
Not only I know, but I can use it as well. Right? Good. Then the effects would be disastrous for many hard-working people. Finally, I believe we should find ways. We should find ways. We. No, we, please. So what should be right here? You are advised to use which grammatical? Yes, very good. Passive voice. Спасение вашей жизни. Savior in your life. So this is passive voice. Записываем предложение, которое будет звучать с passive voice. No. We should find ways to encourage equality of opportunities through support and guidance. Значит,
Another ways to encourage should be found.
Смотрите, да. Ways to encourage equality of opportunities through support and guidance should be found. Правильно? То есть пути, которые encourage equality of opportunities through support and guidance, должны быть найдены. Отлично. Support and guidance, B9 записано.
В учебном центре IELTS Шарахмина Хасан. Я занимался на курсах по подготовке IELTS 3 месяца. И этот учебный центр помог мне заработать балл 7 по IELTS. Благодаря урокам, которые проводились еженедельно, практически каждый урок, я очень доволен результатом и рекомендую всем учебный центр. Это IELTS.
Rather than top-down legislation. What does it mean top-down, guys? Top-down legislation. No, what does it mean top-down? Да. Совершенно упал, вот прям резко, как там 4 еще. So this means like sudden, okay? What does it mean sudden? Да, внезапный, резкий, правильно? Rather than top-down legislation. It means that equality between men and women should be encouraged through support and guidance. То есть через поддержку и через guidance. What does it mean guidance? Направление, наставление, правильно? So in this sense, rather than top-down legislation, нежели чем что? Резкая закономерность, правильно? In this sense. Okay, for instance, improve childcare facilities and subsidize. What does it mean subsidize? Да, спонсирование, правильно? What does it mean facilities? Удобство. Very good. Would probably encourage more women in the parts of the workforce which may currently be difficult to enter. So it means that, for example, childcare facilities. What are the childcare facilities? Какой детдом?
Child house.
No.
Orphan.
Orphan это?
Orphan это сирота.
Сирота. Как будет дом для сироты?
Orphanage.
Orphanage. Okay. So, for instance, improve childcare facilities in different like orphanages or kindergartens or schools. I don't know, in different parts, right? If they provide like improved facilities and subsidize, то есть better salaries and wage, то есть лучше заработную плату, will probably encourage more women, то есть больше женщин будут хотеть делать эту работу, right? To do this job willingly, right? Okay. This is the end of our first paragraph, and then we're gonna move to our second paragraph, and this is really, really small, you know? This is like 2 sentences only. And you said your job.
Минимум 3 должно быть, да?
А?
Минимум 3.
Чё 3?
Должно быть каждый день.
Нет, здесь.
Главное, чтобы год иметь.
Нет. You have to have logical paragraphs. What do you mean logical paragraphs? So it's any, yes, they should be logically organized, okay, in this sense. Understandable? Okay. Be faster. Be faster, more energy, more passion, more footwork. Okay, here guys. This is the second, let's say paragraph, and here I said what? I said you to mention the opposite view as well, right? So here, opposite view is mentioned, and then there is a contradiction that no, but I still feel that it is it is not sensible. What does mean sensible? Разумный. Какой чувствительный? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I do understand the opposing view. То есть я понимаю opposing view, which is that legislation is the quickest and most effective way to achieve gender equality. If you look, it is right. There is certainly some truth in this, right? То есть определенно есть какая-то доля правды в этом. So it means that like if we impose legislation, it will be the quickest and the most effective way to achieve gender equality, right?
Yes.
Through the legislation. For example, if we say like if you don't work in childcare facilities, you will be imprisoned, допустим, да, мы вас посадим в тюрьму. Конечно же, Сахи будет работать потом, правильно, нянькой? Yes, very good. So in this sense, nevertheless, what does it mean nevertheless? Тем не менее, I feel, how can we replace this word? Good. I consider, I am convinced, I claim, I hold the opinion, and so on, right? That disruptive effects. What does it mean disruptive?
Мешающий.
Разрушительный. Write it down. Да. Типа disastrous, disruptive, they are the same, yes. Disruptive effects of overnight legislation. What does it mean overnight legislation? No, what does it mean overnight? За одну ночь, которую все вот здесь сделали, на завтрашний день уже you have to follow this legislation. So it means that this is a sudden, okay? Top-down legislation, overnight legislation, sudden legislation, they are the same. Understandable? Okay. I feel that the disruptive effects of overnight legislation would destabilize. What does it mean destabilize? Да, то есть стабильность разрушить, правильно? It will destroy the stability of the society and hinder many people's prospects. What does it mean hinder? No, it's not hinder. Hinder. What does it mean?
Что-то не связано с спрятанным.
Что-то связано, да. То есть they will create an obstacle. What does it mean obstacle?
Challenges.
Yes, very good. Препятствие. То есть это будет создать нам препятствие many people's prospects. What does it mean prospect? Проспект номер Тимура 2. Location of real science, right? No, guys. Да, this is chances to have a considerable fortune. What does it mean considerable fortune? Фортуна, богатство, удача, все, правильно? So these are chances to have a considerable fortune, okay? Значит, у нас проспекты, то есть шансы на успех, okay? So we said that, we mentioned the opposite view. We said that yes, there is another opinion which I do understand, то есть другое мнение, которое я понимаю, принимаю, то что legislation is the only way to achieve gender equality like very quickly, and this is the most effective way, right? But still, its effects, its disruptive effects would destabilize the society and hinder many people's prospects. Okay? Then we have conclusion. What is your task in your conclusion? You have to answer the question, right? You have only one question, guys. What is your question?
How far do you
How far do you support this idea? Yes, very good. Okay, let's. Overall, I believe. Again, I believe.
I consider.
I consider, I assume, I claim, I hold the opinion, I state, I am convinced, and blah blah blah, right? That I believe that equality is an excellent goal. What do you mean excellent goal?
Отличная цель.
Да, цель вообще супер. Правильно?
Да.
К цели никаких претензий нету. Excellent goal for the society to strive for. What does it strive for?
Добиваться,
Стремиться к этому, правильно? Записывай. To strive for, above all, though I think, oh my god, I think that this needs to be a gradual process. What is a gradual process? Постепенный процесс. То есть постепенно we have to introduce the gender equality in terms of numerical target, right? Based on careful support, то есть который основывается на да. Support rather than sudden legislation, а не внезапная закономерность, правильно? Это закон какой-то. Am I right?
Yes.
Done with this essay, guys.
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No.
No questions.
No questions.
Okay, very good. The overall word limit of this essay is 267 words. Perfect. Right?
And it's bad?
Yes,
Bad
bad 9.
Maybe
But it was not bad 9, guys, because I think, I believe,
Mhm.
I can fly, I feel. Yes, I don't feel like something, right? Yes, we. Okay, so here, examiners' comments. Let's read them and let's discuss them. This essay would achieve band 9. It is presented in a clear form, yes. The structure is clear and the paragraphs are logical, right? And we have linking words, which is good for your coherence and cohesion because the essay was easy to understand, right?
Yes.
In this sense, it is super pooper, right? Nice. So this is presented in clear form with obvious paragraphs. What does it mean obvious? Очевидные, ясные, yes, paragraphs to separate the introduction, main body, concession, and conclusion. The writer shows that this is an opinion and personal viewpoint essay by introducing the topic and then giving the opinion in the first paragraph. In first paragraph is introduction. Okay, so this shows, guys, the importance of organizing your essay, because if you organize it in the proper way, it will be easy to understand to examiner that your essay is this, right? So because here it is said, the writer shows that this is an opinion personal viewpoint essay by introducing the topic and then give his opinion. So it means that they have topic sentence and then they answer the question, right? They give you their opinion, and it is easy to understand that it was opinion and personal viewpoint essay. Am I right? Good. The writer explains the opinion by giving 3 clear reasons. То есть у нас было 3 причины. So what was the first?
Их желание как бы работать.
Yes, this was about their desire to work, right? Second, it was about the existing workforce, about the stuff which already exists, right? Would it be right to dismiss workers only because he or she of a certain gender, for example, right? And the third one, it was about what? Third one was about what? Here it is.
то есть какой-то способ другой.
Good. Not legislation, but we have to change the method of introducing this gender equality, right? Yes, very good. So third one was about the method. So by giving 3 clear reasons, each one supported by an example which is readily understandable to a general reader. What does it mean? When you are guys said to, you should provide, here it is, for example, right? Give reasons for your answers and support your essay with ideas and examples from your own life experience, right? From your own experience. It doesn't mean that, for example, you have to write about your neighbor, about your aunt, about your uncle, about your grandparents, and so on and so on, right? They should be familiar, they should be understandable, they should be recognizable in a general level. Okay, it should be something global. Understandable?
Yes.
Good. And here they say that the writer explains the opinion by giving 3 clear reasons, each one supported by example, which is readily understandable to a general reader. Understandable, guys?
Yes.
Good. Thank you very much. Now we're gonna move to writing task 1. Can you please tell me what is the what is the main purpose of writing task 1? Can you please tell me what is
Report.
right? Good. This is a report. What is a report? Отчет, доклад. No personal opinion, no personal viewpoint, no personal, thoughts, right? Nothing personal. You should only write what you are given. So this is the easiest part, guys, I guess. Because you have the picture and you have to describe the picture and that's it. This is your job. Okay? Yes, Saki? No? Why?
It's more harder than it seems.
Much harder than it seems to, right? Okay, here is how to make recycled paper from old newspapers. Guys, I have read so many task ones, and there was a situation like, for example, this is your report, right? This is the picture, and you have to write report on this picture, on this diagram, for example, on this process diagram. Like, instead of writing in passive voice, some students you should mix paper with water, for example, right? And you should mix it for 45 seconds, and you should use electric mixer to do it. Тыкать нельзя, тыкать на экзаменера. I should not, guys, okay? It is the process itself, it is not for me, okay? So it means that нельзя использовать, нельзя тыкать на экзаменера, нельзя использовать свой personal viewpoint, and so on and so on, okay? So this is the diagram process, and the topic is how to make recycled paper from old newspapers. And for example, we are talking about recycling, right? Разве recycling? Or recycling is good. This is your help to our environment. This is blah 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 blah, right? So this is not like this, guys, okay? No personal opinion, no extra words apart from this diagram. Is it understandable?
Yes.
Thank you. So here, guys, first of all, you have to write introduction, right? What should you include in introduction?
Paraphrasing the task.
The task.
Here is the task. How to make recycled paper from old newspaper. Нет. Это другое. Это вообще процесс. This is about the process, guys. Okay, guys, here you have to write that the given process diagram
Illustrates.
provides information about the method of making recycled paper out of old newspapers. То есть это делается что, руками, правильно? Как будет?
Manually.
Manually, very good. Manually. So this is your introduction, guys. So вы вводите, you are introducing the topic. You are introducing what your report will be about, right? It will be about the method, то есть путь какой-то метод, to make recycled paper out of all newspaper manually, то есть руками, правильно? So this is going to be your intro. Can you please write it down? And then we're going to move to, after intro, we have what?
Overview.
Overview, very good. After intro, we have overview. What should we include in overview? There is nothing that catches your opinion. То есть нет чего-то, что, допустим, бросается вам в глаза, да? То есть, допустим...
Руки.
Руки бросаются в глаза. For example, in line graphs or in bar charts, you could see, for example, if this is the peak and others like this and this and this, you can see that, oh, this is the highest one, right? То есть то, что this is the stuff that catches your opinion, который бросается вам в глаза, правильно? But in this sense, guys, we don't have this stuff. It doesn't work like this. Okay, so can you please tell me what should we write in our overview?
Надо все
Names and
писать
actions
только
probably.
вкратце.
Like when,
Yeah.
how it starts and how it ends. Или сколько процессов, да? How many
Oh.
processes?
Yes, very good. How many stages?
Да.
So you have to say that in order to make recycled paper out of newspaper, it has to go through how many stages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It has to go through 9 stages. Правильно? 9 stages. And we are talking about it is manually, right? То есть это сделано руками человека, правильно? But here, guys, there are some cases when we use electrical equipment. Right? То есть у нас есть, когда мы используем какие-то приборы. For example, the electric mixer. У нас здесь еще есть mesh, не только руками, правильно? Значит, без mesh не обойтись. Am I right? What else we have? We have sometimes, for example, right? We have rolling pin and blah blah blah, right? So you have to include that as well. You have to say that. Overall, it can be seen that in order to make recycled paper from old newspaper, it has to go through 9 stages. And also,
The requirements.
huh?
Requirements
requirements?
for the
Yes, for example, there are some equipment that are required for this process, namely electric mixer, what else, rolling pin, and mesh, right? This should be your overview. So you said that it is 9 stages, and it is not only manually, it is not by hands only. It requires electric mixer, it requires mesh, and it requires rolling pin. Am I right?
Yes.
Right. Совет для вас. Объясняю. Б9, чтобы мне потом сдавали, хорошо?
Всем привет, меня зовут Василий, и я уже как 6 месяцев хожу на курсы подготовки к IELTS в центре Real Science, у самой лучшей учительницы в этой сфере Мс Маликой. И я хочу выразить огромную благодарность Центру Real Science за предоставленные возможности и уделенное время результату, которое очень хорошо отразилось на моем IELTS результате, которым я, кстати, сегодня могу похвастаться, так как в listening у меня 9 баллов, reading 9 баллов и speaking, что меня больше всего радовало, 8 баллов. С overall результатом 8 баллов по IELTS. Хочу выразить огромную благодарность моей учительнице Мс Малике и Центру Real Science, а вам я рекомендую учиться в Центре Real Science, так как вы точно не будете разочарованы и будете останетесь довольны своим результатом, так же, как и я.
Is it visible to everyone? Yes. Here it is. So this is the task itself. So this is the report itself, right? Here is the task and here is the report. So first of all, we're going to have introduction. Introduction, the given diagram provides information about the way of manufacture. What does mean manufacture? Производить, правильно? Как make. То есть как нам сделать how to of manufacturing recycled paper from old newspapers. We can also add like manually, right? You can write it. And then we have what? And then we have overview. Overall, it can be seen. Guys, linking words, linking phrases are very, very welcome. Understandable? Overall, it can be seen that the whole process, but please, these linking phrases should be in passive voice, not like we can see, or you can see, or I can see, okay? Or one can see, no. It can be seen that the whole process goes through 9 stages, beginning by collecting newspaper and ending with drying in sun for a whole day. So this was the model answer, guys, but we have some, like, something to add as well, right? And we can also add here that, yes, there are some equipments required, such as electric mixer, smash, and rolling pin. Yes, very good. Write it down, please.
Sun.
Sun. And water. And the human. Right?
Place for the
And the place for doing it, yes. Here we, and like, what do we need as well?
hands.
Time, yes, and we hands. Handicapped people cannot. So, Сахиб, что сюда добавили?
Equipment.
Хорошо. Прочитайте. Can you please read it
В смысле?
out loud? Overall, it can be seen.
Типа следующий?
No, overall itself.
Overall.
То, что вы же добавили, то, что equipment are required и так далее. So, can you please read me the whole overview?
Overall, it can be seen the whole process goes through 9 stages, beginning by collecting a newspaper and ending up with drying and sign for a whole day. In addition, it is
The process requires.
yes, the process requires special equipment such as electric
Mixer.
mixer,
Mesh.
rolling pen, mesh, and some.
Okay, very good. So this is going to be a perfect overview for this particular diagram. Okay, for this particular process. Okay. Done with introduction and overview. So here, guys, we are for the body. You can have two bodies or you can have one body. It doesn't matter. Your goal is to explain. Okay, to describe. There is nothing to compare, guys, here, right? There's нечего сравнивать here. You have to just explain the order and you have to explain how each process passes through, right? Each stage, let's say. Okay, first of all, here we have what? When you have, guys, diagram process, you have to say that this is first, this is second, and then, and the next one, and after this, like finally, and blah blah blah, right? So here, first of all, this is considered to be linking phrases. Linking phrases are useful for what? Useful for your coherence and cohesion. Very good. So in this sense, guys, it will make your report clear. Okay. So first of all, the process starts with collecting all newspaper. By the way, guys, I want to mention about the time, about the tense. There is no time, right? То есть мне дано время, допустим, вчера, 10 лет назад и так далее, правильно? So it means that every single sentence should be in present tense. Yes, it may be present simple or it may be present perfect. Okay? So first of all, the process starts with collecting all newspapers and tearing them. What does it mean tearing them? Что? Да, разрывать, правильно? Tearing them into smaller pieces. Here it is. You have to tear your newspapers into small pieces in a bowl, right? What does it mean bowl? Вот это что? Миска, very good. Write it down, кто не знает. Bowl это миска. After that, то есть после этого, all tiered pieces are put in a bowl. Они должны быть положены в миску, правильно? Nearly for 1 hour, the tiered pieces are mixed with 25 milliliters of water. Here it is, guys. We have already discussed this one, right? We have already explained this one. We said that the newspaper should be tiered in small pieces in a bowl. So first one is done. Okay, the second one, here, what should you do? You should mix water, 25 milliliters of water with these tiered pieces and leave it for 1 hour, right? So here we have water and here we have time and we have to mix them, right? And leave them for 1 hour. And you have to include it in your report. Here it is. Here it is. After all, nearly for 1 hour, the tiered pieces are mixed with 25 milliliters of water. So we have included the time, and we have included the amount of water, and we have included that they should be mixed. Am I right? Nothing is missing, right? Okay, good. And then we have what? And the third stage is, okay, second one is already done, right? We have included. And then the first one, what should we do? We have to mix them using electric mixer. For how much time?
45 minutes.
Yes, minutes, seconds. Okay? So we have to keep mixing them for 45 seconds overall, right? Using electric mixer for this process, right? So you have to include this opinion as well. This information as well. let's do like this. Here it is. Next, so we are showing the order. After that, next, правильно? Next, by the use of electric mixer, то есть с помощью миксера, спасибо, электрического миксера, it is grinded. What does it mean grinded?
Сбито.
Сбито, yes. Это у нас взбивается for 45 seconds. We have mentioned about the this is always the next stage, правильно? То есть это следующий. The use of electric mixer, we have included about the equipment that is being used, and then we have included the time, right? Very good. So after this we have what? After this, here is the first one. We have to, what do we have to do, guys? Don't look here. Don't look. Please tell me what is this? Да, то есть формочку залить и опять add water, right? How much water? 100 milliliters. Okay, here. Дальше, afterwards, guys, can you please tell me what is the difference between after and afterwards?
Afterwards, это как бы
Сначала запишите, потом мне скажете. Сагиб?
после определенного действия.
After.
Это просто пассивно.
Может быть, afterwards прям сразу после этого. То есть...
Afterwards сразу после.
Да, сразу.
Нет.
Нет?
Don't you know? Oh my god. Brothers. What's that, brothers?
Просто... Нет, ладно, говорите.
Okay, good. So guys, after. Can you please translate me after?
После.
Что такое после?
После.
Хорошо, после это само слово после это предлог. Правильно? So this is preposition. Записываем. After is preposition. This is preposition. It means that if there is no noun, the preposition itself, the only preposition doesn't make any sense. Right? То есть сам предлог ничего не значит. It is no nonsense, right? So it should have a noun next to this word. For example, after this, after me, after, I don't know, finishing this task, after like anything, right? So it should be followed by a noun. It should be followed by a certain stage, right? In this sense. What about afterwards?
No need.
А?
No need.
No need, это полноценное слово. So it means that if you say like afterwards, значит позже. Okay? There is no need for noun here. Noun здесь не нужен, оно полноценное слово. Understandable? Good. So afterwards, here guys we have after that, после этого. Here guys we have afterwards, it means that позже. Правильно? Okay? The pulp, what does it mean pulp? Записываем. Слякоть. Слякоть. Да, вот это образовавшаяся слякоть. Мякоть даже, да. Okay? Так, afterwards the pulp is put into tray. What does it mean tray?
Формочка.
Да, форма для выпекания, это называется tray, то есть лист, правильно? So this is tray. It is put into a tray and then add that 100 milliliters of water. So we have already mentioned that we are replacing it to a tray. Here it is, right? Tray. Записано просто. And then we are adding 100 milliliters of water, right? Again, so after this, again, it is mixed up by hands. Let's look at this. Right? Here it is. It is mixed up by hands. Hands, very good. Let's do it like this. Is it visible? Ooh, yes. Here it is. It is mixed up by hands, right? So you have to say that. After that, again, it's mixed up by hands. In the following stage, this следующий этап, right? In the following stage, a mesh is used to separate water from the pulp. Here it is. Here is the mesh. It is used to do what? To separate the water from pulp. What does it mean, mesh? Сито. Правильно? Вот это же, да, сито же есть. Yes. This is used to separate water from pulp. Right? Okay, and then the seventh one. What is it? Okay, here we were. Так, mesh. We have always included that the mesh, a special equipment, is used to separate the water, right? And then we have, after the separation, right? The rolling pin, where is the rolling pin? Here is the rolling pin, right? Here it is. Rolling pin is used for making a particular shape. So it means that we are using this rolling pin to make a shape, right? A particular shape. And finally, the last stage, guys, last one. The paper is kept for drying in sunshine for a complete whole day or for 24 hours, and it will be ready for use. Here it is. Here it is. We have to wait for 24 hours. 24 hours is equal to a whole day in order to dry it and make it easy to, or not easy, like ready to use, right? Yes. Is it understandable? Do you have any questions from this particular task? No questions? Okay, guys. If it was... okay, and here guys, we have some feedbacks as well. While she's cleaning the whiteboard, you have a chance. Oh, you don't have any chance. Okay, here. So this was the report which we have already discussed. And then guys, it is 159 words. So this requires, this meets the word limit, right? And then guys, we have what? And then guys, had been better to add. What does mean had been better to add? Лучше бы добавили. Что лучше бы добавили? Linking phrases. What linking phrases, for example?
Following this.
Here it is. We have only one, right? Here it is. It can be seen. That's it. For example, first of all, it is obvious. After all, it can be seen. Next, it is clear. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? So if you add this sort of linking phrases, your essay will be more and more advanced, right? And then we have what? More complex grammatical structures, guys. Here we can see that every single sentence is very, very simple, right? And the last one, add the use devices to the overview. Yes, we have done it by ourselves, right? But in this particular report, there were no equipment mentioned here, right? Electrical equipment. Am I right? Okay, good. So this is overall, guys. Add the use devices to overview. We have already done this. We have already added the linking phrases about the complex grammatical structures. Can you please tell me what particular grammatical structures can be used? First of all, it is passive voice. And then it is conditionals. And the last one is reported speech. Relative clause. What does it mean, relative clause?
Which.
Yes, very good. Relative clause. For example, which, that, where, when, and blah, 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 right? Okay, so why do we need them? We need them to make our sentence more clear or to include as much information in one sentence as possible. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, is everything understandable?
Yes.
Do you have any questions? Band? No, this is band 9 essay. Yes, this is model answer, guys. Okay? This is model essay. If you don't have any questions, guys, thank you very much. This is the end of our lesson for today.